grew up the youngest of like four. My oldest brother is 12 years older than me. He grew up completely listening to like 90s emo. You know, you grow up listening to a certain kind of music. In high school, I kept listening to emo music. Then in college, really diving deep into it. But it wasn't until 2022, me, Matt, my friend Joey, who's in the band Rookie Park, and our other friend Will, who's in the band Drunk Uncle, we all decided to move in together into a house. And that house became what is known as Arnold House for a lot of us. It's on the shirt. It became like booking once we moved into Arnold House and started doing stuff out of our living room. The first Cheesecake in 2023 was the first show I ever booked. It was the first time I counted money and paid a band. It was the first time I thought about things like set times, and first time I thought about things like what bands go well together. What am I trying to make with this show?
Disney Channel. Welcome to Disney Channel.
No, I like the whole camcorder thing because it feels like...
No, I love it. We're at Friendly Rio Mart. Across the street from Alienated. You can't see it, there's no lights, I guess. But yeah, we just had Felt Out, fucking amazing. Then we had a secret guest. It was Levada from Brooklyn. And then we had Crown. Crown's amazing. We're gonna blow up and be the biggest band ever. Yeah.
We've been on tour for 4 weeks now, so we're feeling it a little bit. So we're just kind of booking some shows in between days, and yeah, just happy to be here, happy to be playing a show every day.
For me, shows should be cohesive. It needs to make sense, like which band plays first, which band plays second, third, and fourth. And you start to get it when you just book shows. Whichever the big touring band is, they should play third. If you have a 4-band bill, whichever band has the most friends, like the local band, they play last, so that they keep everyone around. The newest band, they play first. They kick off the night. If there's 2 touring bands, the support for the main touring band usually plays second. And it's like a way that you kind of stack shows to make sure that everyone involved, gets the most out of it.
I went to was at Arnold House. It was September 2024 or something like that. And I saw a post in the Facebook group for house shows, and I know it's Rookie Park and Sleep Schedule that were playing. And I just saw a post house show, emo bands, and that's exactly what I wanted.
But with time, we wanted to be, and I say professional lightly, but we want to make sure okay, no punk time. If we say you start at 7:30, we start at 7:30. You know what I mean? Okay, we actually should ask someone to run sound and not just figure it out day of. I do think there's a big difference between throwing a party with bands and throwing a show. And definitely with Tiny Sounds, we work really hard to have shows because we respect these touring bands that trust us. And at this point, we work with agents and stuff. When you have the opportunity and chance to help these touring bands, you also are able to put on bands you believe in to play with them. You got to think about things okay, what can we do to help grow this scene? How can we bring more people into it? Because it just uplifts everyone.
When I first went to one of the Tiny Sound shows, I knew that's the scene I want to be a part of. Because I had stopped playing for a while. It seemed very supportive, and I just needed that. I was kind of self-conscious as an artist, and then once I found Tiny Sounds, I just wanted to just keep playing shows for them.
You tapped into that communal power, dog. Yeah.
A lot of it back then was tied to where we lived, right? And when you have a house venue, you're able to skip all the costs of a normal venue. There's no booking fee, it's free. So it's if the show costs $10, that $10 all goes to the band. There's no 30% fee that goes to the venue or anything like that. And it's not just, I do want to note, like, bands still sleep at my house all the time. It's not just about paying bands for shows, but there's a lot of ways, I think, that you can help try to keep touring alive. And you want bands to tour in Austin. Yeah, like Tiny Sounds Collective is a mix of a bunch of different people. I like to say, like, anyone who engages with us is part of Tiny Sounds. There's no, like, if you want to do something, if you want to help with something, like, we're happy to have you help. Oh, there's definitely shows I'm most proud of. I would say the final Arnold House show was just crazy. We invited a lot of the bands that made Arnold House what it was. That was just a crazy send-off. There was tons of people there. I was like, I don't know, maybe no one cares, but a lot of people cared. Before that show, we had Mike Kinsella play from Cap'n Jazz, from American Football, and that's like insane. Like our Arnold House logo, whatever, is a complete ripoff of LP1 from American Football. To have like that guy in our house singing Never Meant, absolutely absurd. It was genuinely one of the craziest and one of the best nights of my life. I don't know, there's something really cool about working with bands and like these DIY ways that it's like, you know, they're playing your living room and sleeping on your floor, and then they're playing this 1,000, capacity venue, and like it's sold out or something. Like it's nuts. It's so cool. This past Cheesecake is probably the most work I've put into a show ever, because you're not just working with bands, you're working with like vendors, you're working with food, you're working like with skate ramps. There's a lot that goes into like a festival like that size, even though it's not like, it's not crazy huge, it's just a lot for like one person. It's so funny that like 9 years ago I just ate 3 cheesesteaks and was like, haha, this is funny, I should do this every year. And then I did, and then now it was like a festival, and we sold like, I think it was 564 tickets. You have no sponsors, it's completely like your DIY. It's just, life's so funny. You could just like choose to do a little random thing and it'll just lead to something bigger and bigger if you wanted to.